years that any idea no. And this is supposed to be the Ashanti Regional Communications Director of the MPP. Say ebi a odeba no ekoto honhom ebi a odeba no ebi to pumu na eno ye de no. Why are we turning our party into a joke? President Kufuor party na wo de oti Ashanti region ho sebi impredua say Jimmy sa na de no. Ah? Ya na ya adwen say party no be abedu no, some of the things we probably won't say it in public. And we obi afen ye nyina yesere. And the party gradually is losing its image. Motuana mu blame H kwesi prempene Franklin Kujumo ne J H kwesi prempene say Professor Azam say omo nka bi mamo. How can one make bi mamo when mu behave tantansi? Now mo sorry amu de money bra kwosue wo communications director won't mean your research and speak to issues. Now sorry amu de money bra kwosue Professor Kwaku Azaso. So one year ye tria Professor Kwaku Azamoka. See ye tria Professor Kwaku Azamoka nti no maka omanu atuma. Ni ye ntia ba mu 8 years. Ada no man hwe omo. Ye de say you gina hensa so wonya say adwuma no. Enye ne yire no ne kokoma ne gi ho japade nyina. As a party ni hwesofo no bia ye de ope. Onyonko nso te ho. Wo ba ya wo bu amamuo. Ken Ofori Attah. Ken ba bia wo de ade na mu wo gu party nanimu ase. Wo gu party nanimu ase. Wo gu party nanimu ase. Eti ken dane wonsa anasa resign. Men resign tintintiniti. Men resign tintintiniti. No gina faako. Ken Ofori Attah resign na party no MPs mago afedie mintimi nyame ma ho. Untimi nya ma ho na de wagya o makoro no ho akwa buruchiri. Say ye ne ye che okura ne ade a wo ye papa nko anim nte. Ah? Ye che ne yegu nko anim asia. The fact that you have refused to even to come and answer to your questions, it goes ahead to dent the image of the MPP as though MPP are Kromfo party. Mo ye ka kire mo. Enya matan time be na mo ye ne sa no. I will be a suru biao. Yani ya adwene se party no enema bo ba nema bo wa esem panimfo timi sebre wo manoka second Ofori Attah wabu man no yie na waye nema na wunwia ya bra be yi wano keke eno so akoye bo achibidi gu party nani mu asesa gu party nani mu asesa wo bia ntimi nka no kore ama MPP party ne nya kono biu adai ah ede nneema na moye ne saa no adai wabu amamuo papa bra ne beyi wano ne ntimi build confidence in the party against ye buy ni ya mewia obia afena ntete na me ma na me yare na wo yare a wani masuaso akora kufu e ka say resign wani masuaso when it was so visible so wo yare ya ka say resign never moment nipa ho tete no because party no mon care about them benya from nyina manya wi ana nchirima na mom yebre esi MPP party ni nya akono middle class of the country ni person be join MPP cause of sebi nneoma hunu tantan a poyando ene ne nkrofo say wuntumi ye the whole region asawonsa obey a symbol of comedy mini gold nchero no you go that table so and nobody could tell him say hey my friend we don't do that in this party mo de momi anto presidential abaninwie me ana my din say sa presidential abano me pese me ye part of it nti ye jan yanto presidential abaninwie ni enhwe say mo na mo be choose leaders and I say we the youth will choose the leaders for you. We the masses, we the grassroots, we will choose the leaders. Ashanti Reggie will be a bema when you cook and cooperate near here. Obeshi usika kwa. Cause ye penny munyam, our party no. Ashanti region, nanka secretary no one, menya magi say, but Poyando can never be the secretary of Ashanti region. And him was no. Moma yan sebri ya no kano kura o party na party ne ya yetan. Enya akono. Yesoso nneema funu tantan so. Why na why NDC mo kasa te Poyando? Tell me one person. From a chairman to the last person, tell me one single person who hold the office within the NDC or be another kasa and people laugh like Poyando. What nonsense is that? Mama, you move on. Now to the issue of a year Goldbod. Sammy Gyamfi, yes, still a yejina ho. Yes, say Ghana to me be a new ho. So suma will be a son to go to mre. And when I have made a legitimate argument, an argument that is absolutely clear, na menyan krofo bi say wo mo nu mo educate Kwafriba on the law simply because me decree na chire mu ma so for line for na force for na tiase. So they say they educating me on the law. So one argument and say yeah, one say yes, under section 26 and 27 there is licensing of aggregators. So because we license here, automatically that licensing transcends into so we agent of the state or Okatakyie. How did we get here? Does the Goldbod Act allows for licensing of aggregators? Yes. Does the Act allows for a year funding, handing over the state money to aggregators? No. Does it allow them so by turning them into a purchasing agent of the Republic? No. The law is loud, the law is clear, and the law is binding. Already Section 3, Section 3 is stating the core function of Goldbod, which is non-delegable. Because man you think you know the law more than I do? Section 3.2 says automatically, Goldbod has the sole authority to purchase and sell gold from miners other than any large-scale mining. Very clear, very unambiguous. It's because a sole authority. It means an exclusive jurisdiction. It means non-transferable jurisdiction. It's a Goldbod into me appointee any private company say on Konkoto. Almost a Koko section 26, 27. It is a material Afrifa near say Santiago na yesi wi amoase me na metonwa e wo ho nyina obi ani tumi so otonwa it is the idea of license and say enam say me no metonwa no mintumi enko ye ade ni friend say enko sesa nwa no by myself nti yes ye ne he ayi kofi o say kadache metumi asesa nwa ne bia bo me say no problem okwo sesa bi ba beto. The difference between Okwasi Sebiba Meto, which is licensing, and the entire license under Section 26 and 27, is for regulatory purposes, regulatory function. It does not automatically transcend into a physical and as a financial function. It is a kofio says or kwakoshibidia bremia. I don't yamima sebe. The only reason TML licensing is the modalities within which you operate is and one hour walk of Abano. Someone essay yet essay titia, essay. It's a licensing crofosed by your regulatory or more activities within the space. But the very moment I may mimbotum sikadia suma kofi or says a coffee, konne kokoto a young wabremeno. It creates what we call a principal and agent relationship, for which liability will lie in the event that there's any encumbrances. And I sit there and I make a coherent argument to this effect. And you tell me, sir, until the ecosunase. It yes, ubetimi license will be. Oko hwehwe bi ba meto. Oko hwehwe bi ba na meto na wo kona so obi yakromfo ji usika ekwanmu a. Emfa me ho. Because man fa misika ma wo. But the very moment I be take state in sika dia mo obi say, kwana koto bra ni if there is any encumbrances, liability will lie on the state. Osementi we yase. Onti yase e di ntina anti yase. When the law wanted to fund any activity within the Goldbod Act, Section 31E was very clear on who gets funding. It says that it shall provide funding for small-scale miners in the form of equipment. The act is very direct. It supports miners, not aggregators, not middlemen, not politically selected companies. So nobody should come and sit here and say we do not understand it because Section 26 and 27 says licensing. On one Sammy Gyamfi no beko akotie. Say worker said there is no license in this country. We get the benefit of aggregators because the law did not contemplate funding of aggregators. It is the creation of Sammy Gyamfi and the Goldbod, which is an illegality, which is a crime being perpetrated on the people. Section 25(2) talks about funding for minors, not you can't say. And you tell me, so until the year can I say, what kind of arrogance of power is this? Because we do not go around behaving like bourgeois class, some disappointed Europeans who speak all the big English in tea. What nonsense I remember the act was very clear on who is a beneficiary. Minors. It does not need any interpretation. Funds are supposed to, if in the contemplation of the framers of the act, they wanted to fund aggregators, they would have been very direct and very clear under funding. When Goldbod gives our money to an aggregator before the gold is delivered, that is not support, that is not policy, that is illegality. That can say yempese yebe yesamo mo de brofoni ade ni hwemra manfo na as do as a mudi ade ane hwamai. Lord man kwa nkosu asem pese me lawyer. That is not the purpose for me entering into law school. Yentie Sammy Gyamfi, yentie no.
Ability criteria for the aggregator license in 2025. That is why Bower Rock is the only person as at now to have been licensed as an aggregator of the Goldbod. But that license application and approval process that the board of Goldbod, the governing board of Goldbod does, not Sammy Gyamfi as CEO. Sammy Gyamfi as CEO and management only recommends. The board grants approval for aggregator license. That process is an ongoing process. It has not terminated. So today we can have one aggregator. Tomorrow we may have 0 because we can even revoke his license or suspend his license. Tomorrow we can have 10 because 10 people can meet our eligibility criteria. So people say, Bawa is the only one buying gold. They don't understand. They lack information. We have 900 licensed buyers, all of whom buy gold. Then they say, why is he only the aggregator? He's the only aggregator because he's the only one who has met the eligibility criteria. Let me tell you something. When we say an aggregator, what do people understand by that? There is nothing, there is no license in Ghana that enjoys the benefits of an aggregator license. Some said, have you heard? That is why Bower Rock is the only person as at now.
There is no license in this country that enjoys the benefit of an aggregator license. So NPA license will be a NPA and the finance many panel. How does licensing automatically transcend into financing? The only reason it is so under Goldbod is because it is a creation of Sammy Gyamfi and the Goldbod, which is an illegality. Now I'm making argument to where to what. Before I make the argument, I have looked at comprehensively what the law says. If within the ambit of the law wanted to say fund you, go back. Within the purview of the law, if the law wanted to fund aggregators, the law would have been very direct. Sammy Gyamfi no go for create system wa omodi ye sika mu obi no magic akran chobu no omodi. And you say Mabeka say Goldbod no one suma obi aso onkoto. Yes, Goldbod doesn't send anybody say koto breme. Or license, so wow, call you now you be bad diameter. Just so the Yamfa Yesikama, and to Okon be to Okwam when ye yasem. Because licensing is just a regulatory function, and your finance, and your free. Sammy Gyamfi mechere yemra wujina so odi Yesikama aye, obi foforo so nkoto ade yemre. Ah? In the event to cross it, unu will be co-contractor. And Mrano was very clear, say, so unu will be co-contractor. Say any panel publish it, and yet the requirements in the Gazette. Where is the Gazette? Where are they published? Where published terms only within the law, the way section 27.2. It tells you where is it? Where is the legal basis for giving state money to aggregators? Does it exist? You have some question where you ask the Ekoshu Bank of Ghana and the Goldbod Law. Amemo kan kan amubu no na mementi ase na wana ti ase. Amemo no amubu amemo kan kan because me bana me bedi nkomo a me nkeke keka borofo nti. Mos momo trim amemo no ase chen me. Amemo be na mo ti ase. I chose to go down to the level of the people by using the analogy of a Goro boy. Because that is what so for life for beti ase. Even if you, Goldbod, wanted to enter into any such agreement, Section 42 says that for transparency's sake, you must publish the agreement to the Ghanaian people. As it stands, an agreement in a way. One about rock agreement in a way. We also saw Kwasiasam because Sammy Gyamfi ba a year show sua, ye koko ye, a year research near the Ama Sammy Gyamfi. Na Sammy Gyamfi, he is the communications officer of the NDC. Oba Shosua, they pull out all manner of resources and research near the Amano. No better no awatre. Or rather years you and a Sammy Gyamfi being to what Tenyomasi a check at the Chief River. And Yama Ben Atiasi. And Yama Ben what Yasi. Se PMMC model na Warania, Okoye in section 75 was very direct and very clear. By the coming into force of the Goldbod Act, Section 75 says that there is a repeal of the PMMC Act. So anything you do that seeks to rest on the model of PMMC is illegitimate, an illegality. I'm trying to come from Timothy when one thing your man wa ekona say. Niama be na mo ya mentiaze. In contemplation of Parliament, omo passe mrano, omo ankasi yamfie sika nkomo bia. Kunya journey arrogance of power saying because the law is very clear on this. Licensing aggregators is legal, yes, but delegating the state purchasing authority to the aggregators is illegal. Financing aggregators is illegal. Creating a principal agent relationship between the two is illegal. The arrogance of power na mo nya tumi kakra. Mo dwe se mo tide mo ye nyina ase. Ya ye tie kire ne ye ase. Then I'm going to Sammy Gyamfi to us what Goldbod for. Muntieno.
48 hours after announcing the end of a grace period for foreign nationals in the gold trade, Goldbod is cracking down. CEO Sammy Gyamfi says some foreign traders have defied the directive, and now a 10-man Chinese syndicate operating from a private residence in Asankrigwa has been busted.
10 of them who were hiding somewhere in Asankrigwa in the western region. Were hiding in a private residence. So we got gold of about 1.3 kg. We got cash of about 1.3 million. So what they do is that they convert the money into casino cars. Casino cars we got, these are not all. We have a lot of them. These are not all. And when you see a casino card like this, it is money. And they are so important to them so that the casino cards were in this two huge safes that we can make available to you for you to photograph. And these are the pieces of the gold bars that we got from them. You can see that for them to have been able to convert the gold into this form, it means that they have a foundry.
Where Sammy Gyamfi, Mumusa Sammy Gyamfi say way. Enipa no wachichi wo mo way. Sammy Gyamfi na do way by say Goldbod uncovers gold smuggling syndicate. E wo he Mumusa no. Mumusa Sammy Gyamfi say enipa we 3 suspect gold smugglers arrested omo way case na kodru he. Mumusa Sammy Gyamfi say national security arrest 25 of illegal gold trade case no akodru he. Sammy Gyamfi no Goldbod no ana wono atwere ha the second quarter report or the buyer, and our actual the second quarter report. We shall be a actual legal cases in Asia. Also during the quarter, the legal directorate handled 17 criminal cases. Of the 17 criminal cases that were instituted, 12 of them were discontinued. Mumusa Sammy Gyamfi said, on what basis did he discontinue such cases? Mumusa Sammy Gyamfi said, on what basis did he discontinue such cases? Oh, yeah, domain market for man, so Sammy ana where you boy, Sammy ana where you boy, because we be monona, you watch me. Nam so Sammy Gyamfi the uncle GBBA. But Mumusa Sammy Gyamfi said the reason here, or they discontinue cases in the NSA. Na dressa mummy asonko didi na fa he ko see he na Goldbod na Okatakyie nti what kind of nonsensical arrogance of power is that? I mean to me so obi a mente administration, mente governance ni leadership ase. Emamo simply because I come and sit here and I make a tree. Make a tree because I am for the better ase. Line up your finest brains within your party any day anytime. Not in any rehearsed portfolio. Let them meet me any day, anytime on any topic of their choice. And let's see if any of you will stand my intellectual firepower. You are creating the image say because me catch you in it. As a more pain and money more pain and fire. A big tie a big bunny. A dear no. A baby. Sammy Gyamfi be ko interviewer. You pull all resources in there. A year a man no about betrase. No a rata. You so Sammy Gyamfi do a bill. Obey dear baby. Men am your communications officer of the NDC, and I'm the whole NDC communication machinery behind me. I did resources na minti mimpuli. Of a muslim who no saw honey and your home. Some of them were for intimidating Crofo Krumon. And here John Dramani Mahama. You also walk interview. One nam or Jeff fans. Catch them so what Timwagwen and Wasi. Efe, your mama ko interview. Na money ya range John for money be. No ma could you know near budget so. And a year, you can't say stand up with. You are doing well. Because in politics, optics really do matter. Yeah, this kama you just is when you be in what they call this. Politics, perception is equally important as reality. So if stand up when and crop forward the Jomama agentia, or this woman the Jomama agentia, because in the optics, the people will look at, the people will see and say he is loved. Yenya opportunity in see baby. Yeah, baby. Si muhunu kwa. Ne momo ye gusu a ye biene. Fine. Before some call the main point so me catch them how Sammy Gyamfi enka no kore. Me catch them how Sammy Gyamfi enka no kore. And the last time me can be catch them say muntie sa audio, muntie sa video.
Has been blocked. He's not allowed to participate in the process. Meanwhile, there is this Mr. Roger Frimpong Kwachi in the Goldbod operations, who also, you know, has a connection with this kind of investigations by the OSP. If you appreciate what I just mentioned, and you have seen quickly. This, what's your explanation?
You know, we see these things, but we don't respond because we are very busy people doing an important job for the nation. We don't have to, it's a joke. Listen, Roger Kwachi is not licensed by the Goldbod to do anything. He's not a licensee of the Goldbod. Roger Kwachi only consults for Bawarok. He works with Bawarok.
Okay, so
now this Roger Kwachi.
So hold on. Sammy Gyamfi num also they said Roger Kwachi, the so-called Roger Kwachi, works for Bawarok. Tienye, ti Sammy Gyamfi. The so-called Roger Kwachi, he works for Bawarok. On working, and this same Roger Kwachi, no, if we are mature quiet for Sammy Gyamfi on Kanokore. And because he calmly submits what he submits, and then Chamon Treko and the other and Tiboko. The same Roger Kwachi Sammy Gyamfi says on count. Me wa be kire wade. Muntie Sammy Gyamfi.
Is managing director for a company called Goldstrom. And Goldstrom was one of the aggregators under MIF's Gold for Reserve program. They were giving money. By the end of 2024, MIF wrote a demand letter to them that they had some outstanding payments to make. The company has paid MIF in full, and I've seen acknowledgement letters from MIF showing that Goldstrom has paid. Now, that one employee of the company is consulting for Bower Rock, and that is an issue. A company that has not committed a crime, a company that is not under investigation, is not being prosecuted, has settled all its bills to MIF, and you're saying that its employee cannot work for a private company. So it is not as if Roger Kwachi even works for the Goldbod or is licensed by the Goldbod. He has done nothing. That guy is a great resource. When you want to talk to somebody about gold trading in Ghana, he's one of the go-to persons. And I think that people should just stop this attitude of running people down with lies. It doesn't help anybody.
Okay.
Sammy Gyamfi a chapter with confidence. Sammy Gyamfi said the said Roger Kwachi no one part of a year Goldbod and a consultant for Bower Rock. Just so you know, there is a syndicate to steal from the people. This is a year finance ministry. Inaugurate a year the technical team of a year. Your friend is saying Goldbod. Roger Kwachi na esha asiye. Roger Kwachi, the finance team, a technical team of a year Goldbod. Roger Kwachi and the D esha asiya. And then Sammy Gyamfi say Roger Kwachi ne nyajumama Goldbod. Such a character, you trust him? Where my Joe online report? Roger Kwachi din esha asiye as part of a year the technical team of Goldbod. And the same person now, a technical team member of Goldbod, is also consulting for Bower Rock. Is that no conflict of interest? You are falling in love with your oppressors to the point that when we are drawing your attention, say, you are being oppressed in a very nice way. Na Sammy Gyamfi wo twa motro kura mu so twa motro. Sammy Gyamfi say Roger Kwachi enye part of when adwuma ma Goldbod na consult ma Bower Rock. Meanwhile, this same Sammy Gyamfi, Roger Kwachi was share mu finance ministry aboni din so were part of a technical team of Goldbod. Ana mompa say be money. Now mompa say be money dia. Made a public announcement, Madama. We hear no biane mameko. Ya no biane mameko. One meko a ye wa wasemwa. Because the American biane ya no kure. Etu ne meko a ye wa wasemwa. One meko a joma ama ba ye wo jinchia. Ba ya de papa wo jinchia. Ai joma ama umo se Manuel. Wiasi nyina jomama ai we John dear would need size jomama need size o ti wo call radio interview kama mo nsema no why jomama ba yi se me ne wo kasa yi transformation abagana nyasa ai 1 year on no galamsey na jai. So say Joy yes wo ba obey use a year artificial intelligence. Where May 2024 I will use artificial intelligence to fight galamsey. It is ameno ka say John use artificial intelligence. He say galamsey nsuo ni nyina ni atenwan. He say illegal mining is now a myth. Ni Ghana nsuo nyina kama 1 year down the lane. Your mama wa mensuo ni ate 1 year down the lane. Your mama buy a double track ni nyina free ho. Akufo ado double track no na enye na bon no. Kan your mama buy we sisi dan akese 1 year. Wa to blog 1 year just a double track ni nyina ya no great e free ho. Ti emo ye nsema your mama. Your mama buy Sam George LGBT. Samuka Sam George. And then Sam George no anu fight say LGBT ni ade no. And then Sam George LGBT mumusa say owai